Welcome back, everybody, to Let's Talk About Sleep. Here's the book. As we get closer to 1,000 subscribers, one person at random will get a signed copy of this, but you got to be in it to win it, so make sure you subscribe. Please share this with your friends and family. Please click like if you like this video. And if you have any questions on this or any topic, just leave them in the comment section down below. Once a month, I will answer any and all questions. And as I always say, these videos are for education only. Today's topic is something called the mind after midnight hypothesis. Okay, this comes from researchers at the University of Arizona. Andrew Tubbs is the Andrew Tubbs is the researcher's name, and it's a really interesting idea that when we're asleep, there's areas of the brain which are shut off. Okay, one of those is the frontal lobes right here. Okay, and that is basically our governor, which tells us to not do things. Okay, so our inhibitions, things of that nature, come from this. Which is why if you wake up a sleepwalker, right? One of the things they say is don't wake up a sleepwalker. From you'll see one of my favorite movies, Step Brothers, has this scene in it. Two scenes actually, where if you wake up a sleepwalker, what happens is this area of the brain, the frontal lobes, are actually still asleep. So when you jostle them and wake them up and say, hey, go back to bed, they are half wake, half sleep state. They view that as a threat, okay, and they can hurt you or hurt themselves or whatever because the kind of the governor is asleep, right? So with the mind after midnight hypothesis is this whole idea that when people have disrupted sleep and wake up in the middle of the night, that area of the brain which would normally tell them to not do something is asleep, right? So they are disinhibited, okay? What happens is this studies showing that increases in suicide, increases in risky behavior, increases in substance use. All those things happen in a situation like this where somebody has woken up in the middle of the night and that area of the brain that's telling them to not do things is still asleep. Okay, or it's not as awake it would be in regular life or daytime. And we've all experienced this before. Okay, I can tell you from my own life. You know, if I've woken up in the middle of the night and something that I'm thinking about or something that I'm concerned about, it takes on a much bigger role in the middle of the night than it would otherwise. Right. So if I have something I'm concerned about, I wake up in the middle of the night, I'm thinking about it, it's like this it takes on this huge, insurmountable type of role. And then in the morning you wake up and you say, why was I so worried about that last night? That's odd, right? It's because that what we just talked about, this whole mind after midnight hypothesis. So the point here is that, it's important, it's imperative as a society for us to get better sleep, better quality and quantity sleep. Middle of the night awakening, it kind of is one of those things where, I hear that and I say, okay, maybe this person needs a sleep study, or maybe they have, major depression that should be looked into, right? These are things that can wake somebody up in the middle of the night, okay? And the whole goal of this is to prevent suicides and prevent other risky behaviors. Getting an evaluation of your sleep is important, okay? So if you know anybody who has this problem chronically, or they have some kind of psychiatric problem happening and it's not being addressed or it's not being looked at enough, sleep may be a sleep disorder may be one of the underlying problems. Okay, so it's really important. In the description box down below, I'm going to put a number to call if there's the Suicide Prevention Hotline, because that's really the biggest risk with this, right? Is you hear these stories of people hurting themselves in the middle of the night because their mind is not able to wrap itself around, okay, this is a problem I can deal with. In the middle of the night, it takes on a much bigger, the problem becomes much bigger, okay, artificially. So that's the video for today, okay? So again, this whole notion of waking up in the middle of the night and your brain kind of unable to deal with whatever it normally would be able to deal with is a big problem. So again, if you yourself or know somebody who has this issue, definitely get a psychiatrist or therapist involved, and you probably want to get a sleep test as well. Okay, and I'll leave the number for the Suicide Prevention Hotline in the comment section down below, or the description box down below. And as always, if you have any questions on this or anything else, just leave them in the comment section. I will answer any and all. Once a month I do a video on that. which will be coming up soon. And until next time, everybody, sleep well and take care of yourself.